And a pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Welcome back from the holidays. Alan Slaughter-Zinski with you here for a doozy of a basketball game tonight, brought to you by Walden Custom Builders. Tell you about them throughout the course of the broadcast tonight. We've got the 9-4 Viera Hawks hosting the 9-3 Melbourne Bulldogs. You've got Gavin Miner, Quentin Koger, Aaron McGee, Caleb Aviles, and Nate King starting for the Bulldogs. You've got Amir Carson, Justin Witherspoon, Kamir Plain, Tyler Costin, and Conlon Oakley for the Bulldogs. Tip one by Melbourne. They're in the black uniforms. Melbourne, or Viera, in the white. This is Nate King with it. He leads the Bulldogs with 17 points and 9 rebounds per game this year. And a whistle and a quick foul called, as this is Avilius with it. He gets it over to Quentin Koger. Koger from the elbow floater, no good. Flying way up there for the rebound. We're going to get a foul and a bucket right out of the gate as Quentin Koger picked up the loose ball. He's going to be fouled by Conlon Oakley, and the Bulldogs with an opportunity for an N1 early here in the first quarter, live from the campus of Viera High School tonight. Again, welcome back. And he'll hit it, and this is a very good free throw shooting team. They're averaging in the mid-60s this year. Couple guys in the 80s. Nice move down the lane. How about that move from Amir Kaysan? Out of bounds. Caleb Aviles dropped the ball out on the out of bounds line. I got to get back in a groove here. This is Amir Kaysan with it. He'll march it across the timeline. Tries to go down the lane, cut off by Caleb. Kicks it out in the corner to Justin Witherspoon. Witherspoon pulls up from the free throw line. His shot no good. Koger over to Caleb. Caleb being guarded by Amir Kaysan. King with it. He traveled. There's that first step travel we see so much in high school. The Bulldogs are led by head coach Rob Apsey. Coach Apsey in his second season with Melbourne, 29-10. Is Coach Apsey. Down the lane, fakes the kick out, off the glass, no good. Flying high inside is Conlon Oakley, but he can't corral it. Nate King comes away with it for the Bulldogs. He's greeted at the timeline by Tyler Costin. Corner kick out for Nate King, and that's a whistle and a foul, and King's going to go to the line, and he is fouled from the corner three. King will get 3 free throw shots in. He's a heck of a free throw shooter. First of all, he's 38% from 3 and 82% from the charity stripe this year. He's going to get 3 of them. It's 3-2 right now. Melbourne on top here. Early first quarter, 6:10 to play. Nate's first free throw attempt is good, and it's 4-2. The Viera Hawks are under the guidance. Second free throw in and out are under the guidance of 17th year head coach Logan Keith. This is his 4th year at Viera. There you see Coach Keith's impressive record as King goes 66%. He hits 2 out of 3, and it's a 5-2 Bulldog lead. Kick out here to Kaysan from 3, no good. And back down the floor come the Melbourne Bulldogs. Aviles over to Koger. Koger dribble drive penetration. Great pass underneath. The reverse layup by Caleb Aviles. And it's 7-2. Melbourne out early here. up by 5. The Bulldogs, that shot no good, are 19-9 against Viera since 2007. They've won the last 2. They beat them twice last season. Beat them last year 58-55 in that district championship game. And last December 6th beat them 51-38. And that ball is stolen away. Headman up for Amir Kason. He waits, misses the easy layup, kicks it outside to Kamar Plain. 7-2, Melbourne on top here. Halfway through first quarter, spin move inside, no good. Right now, the Viera Hawks can't buy a bucket. King pulls up for a long 3, and he hits nothing but the bottom of the net in honor of the late, great Stuart Scott, who yesterday, I believe, was the 10th year of his passing, 10th anniversary of his passing. Split a move, spin move there in the corner, kick out 3, and Amir Kason hits it, and it's 10-5. Bulldogs have them doubled up. The long pass on the press gets away, and Viera controls. This is Plain, and that ball to no one in particular goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Melbourne Bulldogs as Nate King set to inbound. Checking in for Melbourne is going to be number 11, Jalen Clark, and number 15, Nate Jennings. King set to inbound. And Zach Pillow is in for Viera. I keep getting mixed up because I keep thinking Viera's in black and Melbourne's in white. This is King with it. Nice move from the elbow, and the floater from Koger drops, and it's 12-5. First quarter has been all Bulldogs. 3:43 to play in it. This is Kamar Plain with it. He gives off the Pillow. Pillow kick out in the corner for Tyler Coaston. Down the lane, kicks it back out to Kason. And Amir switch up there on defense. Inside, got to kick out. He does. Zach Pillow's shot hits the corner of the iron, and in for the rebound comes Nate King. He averages 9 a game. King wanted that 3 from Viera Boulevard. That's a travel. Often not understood what they do when they travel. And back across the midcourt stripe comes Amir Kason. Yes, we will show the cheerleaders at halftime. I'll even pull out the cord unless they're playing copyrighted music. And that bucket goes, and Viera cuts the lead to 5. It's 12-7. This is Koger with it. Hands off to Jalen Clark. Clark back inside, kick out to King. King fires up a 3, no good. Rebound, Plain, the 6'10", or 6-foot sophomore, I should say. This is Zach Pillow with it. Pillow bounce pass underneath to Oakley. Oakley, nice kiss off the glass, and the Hawks are on a 4-0 run. It's 12-9 with 2:20 to play in the first quarter. This is a district battle, a 6A8 district. What a block by Tyler Coaston, but King is there, and you see that ball come in from the corner, and Nate King drills a 3, and quickly the lead is back out to 6 at 15-9. Amir with it, turns, spins off the glass, purdy move, and it's 15-11. Melbourne on top. Both of these teams have played tough first half schedules to prepare themselves for what lies ahead the second half of the year. We'll talk about that coming up, and where these teams sit in 6A, Region 3. And that little shot there by Kamar Plain bounces back and forth and in. Back down the floor come the Bulldogs with it inside. Probably should have taken the shot. Nate Jennings tried to dish inside to Jalen Clark. Had the shot himself, but elects to pass it, and back underneath comes Aaron McGee. We got a foul. Didn't see the foul. My apologies. Jalen Clark. Aaron McGee, the freshman, is checked in. And this young man, pretty blessed here in Brevard County to get to watch this young man play for the next 3 years. Actually checks right back out. Jack Hancock checks in for Viera, as does Brooks Harris. So also Dylan Frazier in for Melbourne. Second free throw attempt is up, and he misses them both. And Kamar Plain with the board. Across the midcourt stripe. Pillow on the far side. Pillow calls the offense. He kicks it over to Harris. Harris's shot clinks off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound by Deuce Ingram. Ingram brings it across the half-court area. Kicks it over to King. King looked in the corner. He wanted Kyler Jacinta, but thought not, as a Hawk was closing in. That pass gets away from Ingram. Ingram back to Jacinta. King with it. Over to Ingram. King being closely guarded. Double team at the top of the key on King there. Inside from the elbow. Pull up. That won't fall. And rebound to Zach Pillow. He'll headman it out to Kamar Plain. Plain underneath. Good patient move. And Jack Hancock drops two. And the Hawks have tied it up at 15 apiece. Dribble drive. Nice dish inside. No foul called. And that's the end of the first quarter. Off the miss by Dylan Frazier. The Hawks, who trailed 15-8, have tied it up 15 apiece. Back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Waldom Custom Builders. Waldom Homes is a family-owned and operated business that specializes in building custom homes and remodeling in the Central Florida and Brevard County area. Waldom Custom Builders was established in 2001 on a foundation of over 20 years of construction experience. It is that experience, along with passion and local roots, that make Walden Custom Builders the best choice to build your dream home. Their mission is to meet and exceed your expectations by building a house you will be proud to call a home. Call today at 321-728-8150 or visit online at www.waldencustombuilders.com. Start of quarter number 2, and we are exactly where we were at the start of quarter number 1, all tied up. It's 15 apiece as the Hawks inbound the ball here. This is Justin Witherspoon. Cooper Keith in the game now. This is Hancock underneath. Hancock dribbles, kicks it back out. The Witherspoon spins, turns from the elbow. Bad pass attempt there. There's 3 guys inside, but he finds a cutting Zach Pillow, and that is a foul and called a charge. The foul situation currently says 5 on the side of Viera, none on the side of Melbourne. So Melbourne playing a pretty disciplined game, and we've got a whistle and a foul here. And that's against Viera. That's their 6th foul the first half. Unusual to see 6 fouls against the home team and none against the other team, but it is what it is. As Aaron McGee, the freshman, inbounds. This is Jacinta with it. Back over to Deuce Ingram. Ingram into McGee. McGee's inside. He's got to do something with it. He does. Puts it up underhanded. Rebound by Justin Witherspoon. Back down the floor come. The Viera Hawks nearly traveled, but he didn't. Keith with it. Kicks it out to Brooks Harris. Harris back to Pillow. Pillow at the elbow. In the corner for Keith. Cooper Keith wanted a shot, decides the better of it, and passes the ball back to Witherspoon. And the Hawks will reset the offense. 3 guys to the left wing side, high off the glass, and it's good. And Viera has their first lead of the night, 17-15. Bounce pass to McGee. McGee kicks out in the corner. This is McGee again. He sets for 3. That's a beaut, Clark. He's not going to miss if you leave him untouched from beyond the arc. And it's 18-17 Bulldogs. This is Cooper Keith with it. Keith back to Witherspoon. Down on the wing. Keith, Coach Logan Keith telling his guys, move, move, move. Down the lane, off the glass. Yes, indeed. Justin Witherspoon with 4 straight, and the Hawks retake the lead 19-18. They'll press coming off the bucket and knocked out of bounds. Good hustle by Cooper Keith. Logan Keith spent 13 years at Rockledge, where he was 202 and 146. He's in his fourth year here at Viera, where he is 55 and 38. There's Coach Keith right there, standing in the middle between scorer's table and the bench. And the Bulldogs will walk it across the timeline. That's King McGee from the corner there, corner elbow area. And back down the floor comes the Viera Hawks. Good ball movement from the corner 3. That's a beaut off the hands of Tyler Coaston. And it's 22-18 Viera. The lead is 4. For the Hawks. King to McGee. Stolen away. Wasn't looking. Nice job there by Tyler Coaston, who tapped the ball out of his hands, and the Hawks end up with it again. He's a dynamic young player, but freshmen are still going to make freshman mistakes. That 3-point shot, no good. And King blocks out Hancock for the board. 4:54 to play here in the first half, and Viera's on top, 22-18. King pulls up from Viera Boulevard, no good. And Zach Pillow with the rebound. Here comes Kamar playing with it. Kamar down the lane. Pivots, turns, hands to Pillow. Pillow can't control the pass. Goes off his foot and out of bounds. And the ball will go back to the Melbourne Bulldogs with 4:36 to play in the second quarter. Koger gets it in. This is McGee. Wanted that 3. And we got a foul called here. It's going to go against Zach Pillow. Pillow, a pretty good student athlete. Heck of a football player. And they're in the bonus. So it'll be a 1-and-1 attempt for McGee, who is a 72% free throw shooter, and he misses it. Nice job there by Deuce Ingram to try to grab the offensive board, but he knocked it out of bounds. And the Hawks will control with 4:27 to play in the first half and a 22-18 lead. Pillow and Hancock come out. Amir Caseland and Conlon Oakley check back in. Quick first half here. This is Amir with it, looking for a cut in Oakley, but he finds Witherspoon in the lane. Justin won't get that to fall. And the rebound goes to Nate King, his 5th of the night already. Caleb Avilas passes it in the corner for Deuce Ingram. Ingram brings it out, gets it out to Quentin Koger, the original 5, back in for Melbourne. This is McGee from a corner 3, and the freshman drops it to cut the Viera lead to 1, 22-21. Down the lane. Nice move. Good floater from Kamar. And we got a whistle and a cheap foul. And that'll send. Nope, actually they called that. Who did they call that on? Yeah, I was going to say, if they called it on Viera, it's a 1-on-1 situation. And that's exactly what we have here. Unbelievably, the Hawks have 8 fouls in this half. Melbourne. None. So a very disciplined first half by Coach Apsey's team. Officials are doing a good job. I mean, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. We got a lot of basketball coming up next week here on Brevard Sports Network. We got a doozy for you next Friday night. We'll be at Rockledge High School next Friday night when Orlando Christian Prep takes on the Rockledge Raiders. That's our game of the week next week for the guys. For the girls, it is Space Coast and Edgewood. Down the lane. I thought he traveled. Nice rebound by Conlon Oakley. And that won't fall. Tapped out, and the Bulldogs with a chance to tie it. Melbourne leads it 22-24. Whistle. And do we have the first foul of the game against Melbourne? We do. We do. It is called against Deuce Ingram. 2:53 to play in the opening half. 24-22, Viera on top. Amir Kaysen walks it across the V there, across the timeline. Bounce pass to Witherspoon. He gets down the lane, wants that layup. He gets it. Nice little spin there on the ball. And it kicks back into the bucket, and the lead is back to 4 for Viera at 26-22. Kroger trying to dribble his way past Amir Kaysen. Does not. Nearly threw it away. Caleb Avilas with it. Avilas in the corner for McGee. 3, yes. Aaron McGee, pick a corner. He's lighting it up from either, and it's 26-25. The lead is down to 1 for Viera with 2:05 to play in the first half. Getting set to check back in is going to be Kyler Jacinte. Coach Apsey having a conversation with Nate King. As Viera set to inbound here, they do. Conlon Oakley with it, stolen away. This is Caleb Avilas with it, and he'll take the easy kiss off the glass. And Melbourne comes back to take a 1-point, 27-26 lead. Back and forth we go. It's what we thought it would be. A tough grudge match here for District 6 or Class 6, District 8. That's a block called on Melbourne. That's 3 fouls in 90 seconds on them. 8 fouls to 3. 27-26 Bulldogs on top. This is the Walden Custom Builders Melbourne Bulldogs Viera Hawks Prep Basketball Game of the Week here on BSN. Hope everybody had a great holiday and a happy new year. Kaysen gets it in. He traveled. He being Tyler Costin. And again, a lot of times on that first step, they have no idea they're doing it. And the referees do a good job calling it. And you see that move a lot in high school. You see it in college too a lot, but not obviously as much as you do in high school. And of course, in the NBA, they're allowed to walk. They're allowed to take, 18 steps to the basket. So might as well put escalators in for some of them. Nice ball movement, McGee. Nice fake. McGee nearly had himself another 3. The good ball movement did not work out. Under a minute to play here. First half down the lane. Amir Kaysen probably should have taken the shot. Nearly gave it away. Pillow kicks it out. This is Tyler Costin's 3, no good. Nate King comes flying in for his 6th rebound of half number 1. Melbourne with 37 seconds to play in the first half and a 27-26 lead. King's shot is short. And Amir Kaysen comes away with the loose ball. He's going to hold it up, being closely guarded by Caleb Avilas. He tells Kamar Plain, cut down, cut down. 15 seconds to play in the first half. Hawks got to work on this last shot. Amir over to Tyler. Back to Amir. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, stolen away. Koger, and Koger with a great defensive play at the buzzer, and the Bulldogs lead it 29-26 at the half. I do have a feeling that we're going to get copyrighted music. I can show the girls, but I can't obviously allow the music to play over the top, or Facebook will shut the video down. So let's see, there's cheer director and assistant athletic director Cheryl Dravis there as the cheerleaders get set to take the court. Good first half of action here. The largest lead of the night was 7 by Melbourne. They led 15-8. Viera came back. Their largest lead was 4. And obviously at the end of the half, the Bulldogs cut the lead down and then took the lead by 3, 29-26, as the girls take the floor and they get ready to do what they do. All right, we'll be right back here on Brevard Sports Network. All right, welcome back here to the campus of Viera High School, where that team right there, the Melbourne Bulldogs, dressed in black tonight, they lead it 29-26. And again, the Melbourne Bulldogs, under the guidance of second-year head coach Rob Apsey, Coach Apsey, 29-10 for the Bulldogs. And of course, Viera, under the guidance of head coach Logan Keith. He's in his fourth year here at Viera, 17th season overall, 257 and 184 is Coach Keith as we get set to start half number 2 here. Aaron McGee, the freshman guard from Melbourne, leads all scorers. He's got 11 coming out here to start half number 2. 29-26. Switch sides, and the Bulldogs will inbound at the half court. It's going to be the original 5, Caleb Avilas, Quentin Koger, Conlon Oakley, Nate King, and Aaron McGee starting. And they quickly put a bucket in, and it's 31-26. It's going to be Amir Kaysen, Justin Witherspoon, Kamar Plain, Tyler Costin, and Conlon Oakley for Viera. Check that, Gavin Miner for Melbourne. Sorry, I gave you the wrong 22. My apologies. Miner being guarded, or Oakley being guarded by Miner. Those two don't need to be guarding each other. I'll be screwing that up the rest of the second half. Koger from the corner, baseline, cut off. King with it. McGee, deep corner 3. Nothing but twine. And it's 34-26. Melbourne, Aaron McGee, points 12, 13, and 14. Inside, pull up from about 4 feet falls for Tyler Costin, and Coach Logan Keith wants a timeout, and I suspect he's going to discuss that. I suspect he's going to discuss that corner and Aaron McGee being wide open. He is not a happy camper at the moment with his team. And we'll see what adjustments are made here. Once again, we want to thank Walden Custom Builders, our sponsor tonight. Timeout is over. See if the Hawks got that situation adjusted. He's a little hot. Nate King here. Bulldogs across the midcourt stripe. Caleb Avila's kick out. My goodness gracious. And they're going to put somebody else in to try to guard Aaron McGee, because right now the Hawks can't stop him. He's got 16. It's 37-28. The Bulldog lead is 9. The floater falls by Amir Kaysen, and it's 37-30. Inside, and the ball nearly falls for Caleb Avilas, but he'll go to the line, and that's where he'll shoot 2. Caleb is a 59% free throw shooter. 6:03 to play here in the third, and it started off all Melbourne. First one kind of clinked that off the back of the iron. And check that. Kamar Plain's going to take a seat. As Caleb Avilas' second free throw attempt is up. And no good. He misses them both. Got to hit them free throws. And down the floor comes Amir Kaysen. He traveled. Or actually, they're going to call foul. And they're going to call it on Caleb Avilas. Did the bucket fall? It says 37-32. That shot fall? So they're going to count the puck, no basket, or what's the deal here? No bucket, so it's 37-30. First free throw in and out, no good. Hawks are averaging 60 points a game this year, allowing 51. Leading scorer for the team is Justin Witherspoon, or Tyler Cosin, and Justin Witherspoon. They both averaging between 13 and 14 points a game. They got to get going. Both of those guys do. Quiet first half for Justin, and that bucket falls. And it's 38-31. The Bulldogs aren't missing. They lead by 7. They've added 4 to their 3-point halftime lead. Amir Kaysen high off the glass, no good. Caleb Avilas with the rebound, and the Bulldogs are running. Nate King with it. This is McGee, and this time the Hawks got the corner shut down. That's Brooks Harris in that corner, but I'll tell you what, Gavin Miner found the opening there on the baseline, squeezed in, took an easy bucket, laid it off the glass. The lead is 10 for Melbourne, their largest of the night. Amir Kaysen with it in the corner for Zach Pillow. Melbourne's guarding everything right now. Amir Kaysen down the lane, kicks out to Pillow. Pillow will try his luck. Good kick out to Kaysen. He didn't hit it. And King comes away with his 8th rebound of the night. We got Jack Hancock and Justin Witherspoon set to check in. 41-31. Melbourne has outscored Viera this quarter. Make it 43-31. 14-5. That ball is out of bounds and back to the Bulldogs. Right now, tough sledding for the Hawks here, who are ranked several spots ahead of Melbourne. And now's the time of the year when you want to start paying attention to those FHSAA weekly rankings, because they're going to matter coming up in about a month. McGee, and he's way short on that one. Contested that. The Hawks actually got in front of McGee on that one. Koger with it. King. Hop, skip, and a jump. Had it stolen away by Witherspoon. Witherspoon long pass to Brooks Harris. And Brooks Harris drops a tray. And it's 43-34. The lead is 9. McGee over to Koger. Pull up from the elbow. Koger off the back of the iron. Hancock battles for it. Comes away with it over to Zach Pillow. Back to Justin Witherspoon. And here come the Hawks down the floor. Trailing by 9. Nice move by Justin. And he gets it to go. That was pretty from start to finish. And the Hawks have cut the lead to 7 at 43-36 with 2:49 to play in the third. And Melbourne throws the ball away. To start the week, the latest rankings from the FHSAA in 6A Region 2. Viera's ranked 3rd in the region. They got a 14.5 strength of schedule. Melbourne 6 spots below them at 9th in the region. So if the playoffs, theoretically, and it's one of the worst expressions in sports, nice one-handed layoff off the glass, too hard, won't go. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Caleb Avilas with a good dribble, loses the grip. Witherspoon back the other way with it. Brooks Harris in the corner. Kick out 3. Harris trains 2 in a row. And Brooks Harris has the last 2 threes. and the lead is 4. An 11-point lead down to 4. 7-0 run for Viera. But if the playoffs were to start today, Viera would be the only one in from 6A District 8. Foul, and that's a 2-shot foul coming up. Heritage, and that's weird. That's extremely weird because the number 1 team in 6A Region 2 is Waukegan. They're 13-2. Edgewater second at 8-4. Viera at 9-3. Lake Minneola 8-4. You got Melbourne at 9 wins, 9-3, but their strength of schedule is a 9.073. Right behind them is Heritage, who has a strength of schedule of an 8.498. The difficult thing about this region is 6 teams at the top all sit in double-digit strength of schedule figures. So you can win 12, 13 games, but it looks like come district playoff time, you better be a district winner or have double-digit strength of schedule to get into the playoffs. 43-39, missed them. Missed the free throws, stolen away. Nice play. Underneath, Avilas missed the easy layup, and Witherspoon brings it back, and he spins, turns, and twirls it off the glass. Down to 2, a 9-0 run for Viera, and it's a 43-41 Melbourne lead. That pass hits the Bulldog in the back. McGee for 3. He misses. Comes back in. No good. High off the glass. That won't fall. And finally, the Bulldogs come away. Witherspoon traveled. Yes, indeed, he did. He planted, stepped, and stepped again. Nate Jennings had that ball go off his back. Witherspoon picked it up. Under a minute to play here, and an exciting third quarter. It's been a tale of 2 quarters for both of these teams. Tell you about it here in a second. 45 seconds to play in the third. This is Deuce Ingram with it. Kicks it over to Caleb Avilas. Nice pass underneath. Not expecting it was Collard Jacinta. Jack Hancock steals. Slows it down. Kicks it back to Pillow. Pillow gives it to Witherspoon. 27 seconds. They got time, but they need to set it up. Brooks Harris, who's hot right now, 2 for 2 from his last. Hancock, little floater, won't go. Great defense by Nate Jennings of Melbourne to alter Hancock on that one. 10 seconds for the Bulldogs here. This is Deuce Ingram in the corner for Caleb Avilas. He'll take it down the lane, kicks it underneath, stolen away by Zach Pillow. Out of bounds, the Bulldogs will get it, but just 0.2 seconds to go in the third. And I'm not even sure a catch and shoot is enough time here. How about a in and tip? He's got to shoot. He did not get it off. And we have reached the end of the third quarter with the Melbourne Bulldogs on top, 43-31. 43-41. It was 15-15 after 1, 29-26 Melbourne at the half. The Hawks outscored the Bulldogs 15-14 in the third, but they trailed by 3 and now trail by 2, 43-41. Final 8 minutes to go here in this thrilling Class 6A District 8 battle. It'll be Pillow Kaysen Harris, Witherspoon, and Oakley for the Hawks. It's going to be Kyler Jacinte, Koger, Nate King, Deuce Ingram, and Gavin Miner for the Bulldogs. Nice block there by Jacinte. That's a kick. Bulldogs will retain possession. Still anybody's basketball game here. Brooks Harris, who had 2 clutch threes in that third quarter, part of that 9-0 Viera run, which they're still on. This is nice spin by Witherspoon. The run is now 11, and the game is now tied at 43 apiece. They got to keep McGee out of that corner. He's not on the floor at the moment, so that's one way to do it. This is Deuce Ingram being guarded by Witherspoon. Down the lane, no foul called. Witherspoon altered the shot, but he loses the ball off his leg, out of bounds. Coach Keith tells him, that's okay, that's okay. Need to keep seeing that type of an effort. There's Chad Raymond right there on the bottom right of your screen, the athletic director for the Melbourne Bulldogs. And, of course, Maggie Davis, the athletic director for the Viera Hawks. Big district rivalry here tonight. 5-second violation by Melbourne. This is a rivalry for sure, one that has been owned since 2007 by Melbourne. They're 19-9 against Viera and currently on a 2-game winning streak against the Hawks. They beat them last year for the district championship. Down the lane, Oakley, Miner alters his shot, and Conlon just missed the follow-up. 43 apiece here. Koger tries to float one out of bounds. Ball stays with the Bulldogs. 6:33 to play in the game. We're all knotted at 43 apiece. Don't see McGee in. That's a whistle and a foul. Called on Kyler Jacinte. And we stay knotted at 43. Zamir Kaysen with it. Hands off the pillow over to Brooks Harris. Harris fires that up from Viera Boulevard. Nearly hit it, but Nate King comes flying in to swipe the rebound off the back of the iron. 6:05 to go in this thriller. King for 3. That looked pretty. Little long. Oakley with the board to Kaysen. The Hawks are running. Down the lane, off the. That's going to be a whistle and a 2-shot foul coming for Amir Kaysen. He averages 10 points a game for Coach Keith. He is a 67% free throw shooter from the charity stripe. This is where these free throws become extremely critical. And Amir drops the first to give Viera the lead again. And Brooks Harris will take a seat. And checking in is Tyler Costin. Aaron McGee has checked in for the Bulldogs, the freshman. Second free throw attempt is up, and it's a 13-0 run at the moment for the Viera Hawks. Going back to the third quarter, they have a 2-point 45-43 lead. They trailed by 11. Nice bounce pass. Nate Jennings can't get the easy layup to go. That'll hurt. Witherspoon with it. 5:29 to play in the game. Witherspoon, the leading scorer. He averages 14 a game. Kicks it back to Costin, back to Witherspoon, down the lane. He nearly traveled. Nice feed to Kaysen. Floater. And it won't go. Rebound, Nate King. Koger with it. He's going to take it in the lane, off the glass. Rebound by Conlon Oakley. He's double teamed off the rebound. That's going to be a reach-in foul on Koger. The foul situation not nearly as lopsided as it was in that first half. Currently, Melbourne with 4 and Viera with just 2. 4:58 to play in the game. It's a 45-43 Viera lead. Nearly stolen away on the lazy pass. And nice job there by Kamar Plain to get that to go. The leaner, and it's 47-43. McGee, what can you say about that move? And he ends what was a 15-0 run. And how about Kamar Plain again? And it's 49-45, trading buckets now. Kicks it back to King at the foul line area. Back to King. He wants that 3 bad. Viera guarding against it. Open 3 there. Taken and dropped by Quentin Koger. And they get a timeout on the floor with your score. The Viera Hawks 49 and the Melbourne Bulldogs 48.
Hello, Space Coast. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your support of BSN and allowing us to cover your student athletes and come into your home each and every night. Give us a follow on Facebook at Brevard Sports Network, and here's to many more years of top-notch sports coverage right here in Brevard County. Thanks again.
I'm Marcus May, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network.
My man. Welcome back here. 4 minutes to play in the game, and now this is where we're going to get into that NBA type deal where it's going to take 35 minutes to play 4, but I don't care because I'm telling you right now, this is a great contest between these two teams. Melbourne just ended a 15-0 run by Viera. They trailed by 11. Viera leads now by just 1. 49-48. 3:59 to go as Amir Kason brings it down. Kason, Witherspoon, Oakley, Costin, and Kamar Plain for the Hawks. This is Plain, count the bucket, and to the line for the N1 goes Kamar Plain. Great move by Kamar. And Kyler Yacente checks in. He misses it. And the lead is 3 at 51-48, 3:36 to play. Koger underneath, losing the grip on it was Yacente. He hustles to get it back. He's going to take the shot, no good. Justin Witherspoon with the board. Back down the floor come the Hawks. Kamar Plain with it. Plain underneath to Conlon Oakley. And we're going to get a reach-in foul called on Nate King. I don't know about that one, but okay. Well, I hope your feed is not as bad as it looks on mine. And that won't go. King with it. Baseline for McGee. Kick out corner 3. Yes, indeed. Kyler Yacente. And we're tied at 51. Amir Down the lane, underneath, Conlon Oakley missed the easy dump in. 51-51, 2:36 to play in the game. Melbourne taking their good old time, and I don't blame them. Koger stripped away. Here comes Amir Kason, contested. Great job by Kyler Yacente to contest that easy layup. King missed the three. Look at Kyler Yacente playing some defense. Well, we got us a thriller here in Viera. I'd like to say hello to Mr. Christian. Timeout on the floor. Wow. What a game, what a game. $1:54 to go, all tied up, 51-51. I'd like to thank Walden Custom Builders. Walden Homes is a family-owned and operated business that specializes in building custom homes and remodeling in the Central Florida and Brevard County areas. Their mission is to meet and exceed your expectations by building a house you'll be proud to call your home. Call today at 321-728-8150 or visit online at www.waldencustombuilders.com. And, of course, we encourage to please support those that support us and youth and prep sports in Brevard County. Corner to King with it. It's King, Caleb Avilas, Aaron McGee, Kyler Yacente, and Quentin Koger for Melbourne. This is Caleb, one-handed, no good. Conlon Oakley with the board. He's going to be fouled by Caleb, and that is the 7th foul. And Viera will now go to the line to shoot some important 1-and-1s now. And doing that is going to be number 22, Conlon Oakley, the freshman. This is where the rubber's got to meet the road with these free throws. First free throw, and pretty clutch there from a freshman to give the Hawks a 52-51 one-point lead. With 1:41 to play. And the freshman drops them both. And the Hawks are up by 2 and pressing. Nate King with it. The three-point shooters are on the floor for Melbourne, and McGee and King. Stolen away. Still great hustle. What a defensive play by Tyler Costin. Yacente, nowhere to go, feeds it. Pillow. This is McGee for 3. No good. And that's a whistle and a foul on Kyler Yacente as he fouls the freshman. And the freshman will go back to the line for a 1-and-1 with 1:04 to play in the game. He hit the last two. Will he hit these two? He needs the first to get a second. That is the 8th team foul on Melbourne. Conlon Oakley. Short. Oakley tips it back. What a job. Timeout by Logan Keith. What a job by Conlon Oakley to follow his missed free throw. And with 1:01 to play, it's a 53-51 Viera lead. Got us a good in here. Let's say hello to everyone watching here tonight on Brevard Sports Network. Appreciate you. Timeout is over, 53-51. Great basketball game. 1:01 to play. Derek Williams, you are correct. This is Amir Kaysen with it. Back to Witherspoon. Under a minute to go. Hawks. Kamar playing with it. Kamar playing with a couple of big buckets in this one. This is Witherspoon. Yacente tries to cover him up, and they're just going to dribble around. They better foul. McGee over. They're just going to hold on to it. Why not? Can't lose the grip. That's a foul. And this should be the 9th or the 10th. If it's the 10th, it's the double bonus. Kamar Plain will go to the line. And we're still in a 1-on-1, not a double bonus. 53-51. Viera on top. First free throw is good. And it's a 3-point lead. This one to make it not technically, but to make it a 2-possession game. Now you can foul on a good 3 and get a 4-point play. And he hits them both. And the Hawks are clutch. Conlon Oakley with 2 clutch free throws. And now Kamar Plain hits 2 clutch free throws. Zach Pillow inserted for defensive purposes here. Back down the floor comes Melbourne. Stolen away. And Melbourne's got a foul. And timeout says Logan Keith. A 4-point Viera lead, one of these two teams. Will leave here with their 10th victory of the season. The way this game has gone, don't be surprised if Melbourne, well, it's 20 seconds to go. It's a long way to go and a short time to get there, right? Eastbound and watch the Bandit run. But this was 15-15 after 1, 29-26 at the half. Melbourne led by 2 after 3, 43-41. This quarter, it's been all Viera outscoring the Bulldogs 14-8. .2 seconds to play. Kamar Plain inbounds to Witherspoon, and he is fouled. 18.1 seconds. And if Witherspoon can hit one of these 2 double bonus shots here, that'll put the proverbial nail in the coffin of the Melbourne Bulldogs. And so run the record of Viera to 10-4. Witherspoon at the line. Free throw attempt is in and out, no good. Justin, a senior. His second free throw attempt. That's a beaut. And it's 56-51. The lead is 5. Viera will contest it. 12 seconds, 10. They need a 3 here. And out of bounds. Off the guy, inserted for defensive purposes. Zach Pillow caused the confusion underneath for Melbourne. Pillow comes out. He's done his job as Kamar Plain, the 6-foot sophomore, checks back in 8 seconds. And that'll do it. Great job by both of these teams tonight. Double bonus coming up as the Viera Hawks will get the victory, and they'll move to 10-4 on the season. They will snap a 2-game losing streak to the Melbourne Bulldogs. Coming up next for Viera will be West Shore. And coming up next for Melbourne, stapled the wrong part of their schedule. Well, we've got 3 of their games next week. Obviously, we have Walden Custom Builders sponsors the agreement we have with Melbourne basketball. I believe you'll see them play 3 times next week here on Brevard Sports Network. Let me tell you what we got coming up on BSN starting Monday night. We've got a great girls soccer match as Edgewood and Merritt Island will play. We also got boys basketball coming up as Satellite will travel to play the Cocoa Tigers. Coming up on Tuesday will be Melbourne Bulldogs basketball again here, sponsored by Walden Custom Builders. On Wednesday, actually, it's going to be Wednesday. It's going to be Melbourne and Palm Bay at Palm Bay. You'll see that here. You're also going to see Wednesday night girls basketball here on Brevard Sports Network as 9-0 Edgewood travels to face 9-4 Space Coast. Next Friday night, boys basketball here on BSN as Orlando Christian Prep will travel to face the Rockledge Raiders. That's some of the stuff coming up next week here on BSN. That ball sailed out of bounds, and that'll do it. Not sure who our Walden Custom Builders player of the game is. Going to have to consult with Coach Keith. But I like a lot of these guys on this team tonight. I thought this was a total team effort by Viera. Kamar playing with an outstanding night. How about Brooks Harris coming off the bench? Always Justin Weatherspoon. And that'll do it as time ticks off. And the Viera Hawks move to 10-4 as they defeat their rivals, the Melbourne Bulldogs, 57-51. Melbourne will drop to 9-4. So for Athletic Director Maggie Davis, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. Once again, your final score, the Viera Hawks 57, the Melbourne Bulldogs 51. Have a great night, everybody.